Hey, good afternoon, good evening. Hey, it's always a pleasure, man. My man just checked me, and I like everything about that because, hey, that's what you have to do. Stand your ground. You let me know what was going on. It's a young man I kept in contact with. I got to watch him in high school, watch him do some things, kept my relationship with him, and now I'm watching him over there at the Bulldogs, Fresno State. I got a cousin that went there a little while ago. But what's up with you, man? Shout out to Mr. Lightfoot. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Man, I'm hanging in there. How's everything going from, the last time I really got to check in with you, you was going from high school transitioning to college. How's that transition?
It was good for me. So pretty much coming in, I had a good relationship with my teammates, the coaches, the coaching staff. They loved me. They wanted me to be here. I felt like I needed to be here. This was the right place for me. So that's what I went with. So the transition from, I get a little homesick, got a little homesick from time to time, but it's only a little 4 hour drive through the grapevine. So it was a good, easy transition for me.
That's good. Because I always hear from young men that like the hardest part is just just that first time getting away out the house, maybe missing big mama cooking or mom's cooking or however, and you just got that them first couple of weeks of the transition. So you adjusted pretty quick and everything.
Yeah, definitely. We came up like the a weekend before 4th of July. So
Mm,
we got July off. So I gotta go back home like after a week.
okay.
But then when I came back, that's when we finished up summer camp and we jumped straight into fall camp. So I went about probably around 2 months without seeing my family until the first game, basically. So that
Yeah.
was just fun.
But
Uh Homesick and everything.
But being busy is good, right? I know that's a good thing when you're busy with school and getting ready, acclimated to the program.
Yes, sir. It's always a good thing.
All right.
I
So
had,
go ahead. Go ahead.
I had to show out during fall camp and summer camp just to establish my position on the field. Me playing as a true freshman, starting my first ever college football game. It was just a great opportunity for me. I'm glad I.
I definitely, I'm gonna get into that. I definitely want to talk about it and do a recap of your year. But I always hear people say this, but I want to see your opinion. People always say, don't always go to the school you want, go to the school that wants you. Do you find some truth in that?
Yeah, definitely. That one definitely makes sense. Going through the recruiting process, you see, like, you may have an offer from the school you want, but then they're not actively reaching out to you. They may go weeks, months without talking to you. Then they just hit you up during signing period, like, "Hey, what are we doing?" Like, that's not cool. You need to have a good contact with what school you feel like you want to go to, and what school. Make sure the school wants you to come there, basically.
And the reason why I brought that up because when you started off, you was like, I had a good relationship with the school, and I knew they wanted me. And you know what I'm saying? When we first, started speaking, that's why I was like, okay. As soon as you said that, it made me think about other people that said that. I want to talk a little bit about the transition. The transition. You was already a dog over there at a powerhouse school, Corona Centennial. You went to Fresno State. Was it talk about the transition because I'm thinking because you played against the best of the best over there, whether it's modern day Bosco, it helped you get into that position to where where you was starting, like you said.
So basically, the transition is it's a difference. We do it big here in the valley. It's not as easy as people may make it seem. Coming transitioning out of high school to college, it was it wasn't like a complete huge difference, but it was a big difference if you can get what I'm saying. So
Mm.
basically to Centennial, we're already at a high level, but college that's just even a higher level. The game speed gets faster, practices are faster, so everything just got moved up probably a level or so. You feel me?
Yeah, because the reason why I honestly didn't think you was gonna have no problem transitioning because I seen you like in big games. It seemed like you stepped it up more in high school. Like you thrive off them moments when the lights get a little brighter. And plus, I had the inside with Coach Jackson. He used to tell me he used to pull you to the side and tell you, hey, I need you this game. So it's no surprise. Talk a little bit about how's it feel as a freshman coming on the field and starting for in college. How does that feel? Because a lot of freshmen don't get to start on college. They might crack the rotation lineup, but a lot of people don't start.
And definitely, it was a blessing. It's honestly, it was. I told myself when my coach came down he first visited me, I told him I wanted to earn my starting spot just like Drake Jackson did, my coach's son. I seen he can do it, so that made me think like, why can't I do it? I can work just as hard as he is.
Yes, sir. What are some things that you put into your off season last year, going into your first season in football, that help you get acclimated to the speed of the game, to the power of the offensive tackles, which I know they're stronger than the ones in high school, you know, verbatim, depending on what game you played in. But it seems like everybody in the college offensive line is not way stronger, but you can't pick and choose what games you go hard. So talk a little bit about what you did in the offseason to help the transition.
Definitely in the transition, I hit the off season hard. Basically, weight room and conditioning; those were the biggest things. My coach told me when he came down on my home visit that he wanted me to work on running, but I feel like I was running. Obviously, that's gonna help, but I needed to put more effort in the weight room as well, just because I know getting to the next level, everyone's big and strong. We're not going to be playing Corona then Bosco. It's going to be like Bosco each week going level. So you're gonna need your strength. You're gonna need speed. So it's just basically over off season, I'm just training, working as hard as I can just to prepare me.
Yes, sir. Talk a little bit about the seasons. Like, I don't want to hear just some up and down moments, some things where you got a chance to learn from, and some of your highlights that you had that people that may be following or checking this video I may not know about you when they watch you. Now they know what number to look for.
Okay, so I wear number 92 here at State. Basically my first game, that was probably the highest moment during the season. I got my first ever college sack that game as well. First time starting, first college sack. So that was huge for me.
Congrats.
Straight out of high school, being able to play. Ups and downs this season. I mean, we went to Oregon State. Oregon State was a good game.
Yeah.
USC after that. So that was a rough one. I mean, hey, you got whatever we do, basically. But it prepared me for even bigger challenges rather than SC, because we ended up finishing off the year winning the Mountain West Championship. So back 9 games from 1-4.
Hey, that's big playing in those moments at those times, man. They even say you played against SC, Oregon State, because Oregon State was balling last year. And definitely if you played against, SC was, their whole program changed around. So congrats on that. I want to talk a little bit about, before we let you get out of here, about your goals going into this year.
I mean, my goals going into this year, I want to be, by the end of the year, I told myself I want to be on the board as projected to go to the NFL draft. My goal's always been to do a 3 and out. So that's what my goals are. That's what I want to project myself to be. Outside of that, football, I want to rack up stacks, obviously, work hard, be a leader on and off the field. Basically, being able to give back to my community, back in the IE, back out here, give back to families and stuff like that.
Hey, man, if you're just tuning in, man, we're talking to Mr. Lightfoot out there at Fresno State. Man, I just want to tell you, I appreciate you for checking in with us. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for checking in. I'll make you say some words to Coach Jackson before you get out of here, but letting you know we proud of you. We following your journey, man. So just keep making us proud. Keep those grades up as you always do. Take care of the community. Take care. I believe you heavily with the grandparents and stuff, right? If I can recall all that information, but just keep doing what you're doing, making your family proud, and we proud of you too. But go ahead and tell Coach Jackson and Coach Gary some, straight from Mr. Lightfoot.
I appreciate y'all. I appreciate everything y'all did for me from high school, coming up, still even being here, having active communication with me, making sure my mental health on and off the field is good, making sure I'm healthy, good to play. If I need anything, they're always there for me.
Hey, shout out to the Lightfoot family, man. Hey, don't after you go to the league, don't lose us, man. I want to touch it back in with you over the season and just see how the season's going with you. So appreciate you for hanging out with us on Turf Talk, boss.
Thanks for having me.